from the 70s, even from the 80s. And there would be clinical techniques that somebody noticed. Hey, if you're doing Ericksonian hypnosis, if you want somebody to go into trance state, you should maybe look at opposites, like to remind them of both parts of self or multiplicity. Start off by saying, you can be a good mother and you can be tired. You can be, you can love your children and you can be angry. Somebody would publish a paper saying that, opposites or antonyms are a good way to start trance state, something that you could use in the room. If you open an academic journal now that's a high impact factor, you look at the people that have a high H index, they're like writing stuff the way you write a website when you want Google to see it. That's garbage. Like you do a ton of information, you do a giant meta-analysis, you cite a billion things.
How are we going to settle this? How are we going to settle all of this money? Like we got to pay $4,800 just to get this little thing published. And I felt guilty. I was like, oh my gosh, this is, so small. And you start thinking about that. Like if you're out there and you have something that is like not necessarily groundbreaking, but can be utilized and you need more people to kind of see, one, do you have access to that type of money just willy-nilly to send your paper? The review process went really well and they're like, okay, we're accepting it. You just have to pay this money and that's it. Like the holdup is you paying this money. I'm thinking if I was just by myself and not in this institution, and this was not that, the institution wasn't paying for it. This was actually going to come out of these doctors' pockets.
The structure, it's very capitalistic. It's very driven by profit, and it is not accessible to the general population or sometimes even researchers. Kind of what you were saying, Alice, where there are times where even being at a university, you hit a paywall or you still don't have access. And then you have to like go to interlibrary loan and you request it from the librarian and then the librarian tracks it down. But it's like takes all of this effort just to get access. And then you get the article and you're like, actually, this is not really what I need. So, it's just, it is so much red tape. It is so many hoops to jump through. And if you can't jump through all those hoops, it's just not possible.
You go ahead. There's something I forgot. Walk slow and I'll catch up.
Hear the rest at gettherapybirmingham.com/podcast on YouTube or in any video library when you search for the Discover